Times are changing. Our society is the most progressive it has ever been. Through advancing political offices, leveling of wage gaps, and changing curriculum in schools, society has managed to level the grounds of gender inequality by an exponential amount. Despite these changes, the hidden obstacle that we must acknowledge and that society must overcome is discrimination on the most basic level: medical treatment and diagnosis. According to physicians at Duke University, the perception of gender bias in medical treatment is clear, and the treatment gap between women and men presents real problems in how the medical field addresses certain conditions. Though the profession of medicine identifies itself as a progressive field, setting all populations on an equal plane, the treatment and diagnosis of women in several aspects generally disputes the severity of specific conditions and serves as a glaring example of gender discrimination in society. In an interview, Director of Quality Management Systems at Medline Healthcare Industries, Meredith Merson reflected on her journey of diagnosis and treatment of ovarian cancer in early 2020. Merson was diagnosed with ovarian cancer after her doctors discovered endometriomas, cystic lesions that derive from endometriosis, on the surface tissues of her ovaries in March of 2020.
Science is always changing. So at the time, they thought that it was probably an endometrioma, which is associated with endometriosis.
Though Merson was satisfied with the treatment she received from her doctor, there were certain aspects of her diagnosis that made her question.
They assessed, and I did and still do think the doctor was really good. They assessed it. They were like, we think it's an endometrioma. You can have it removed or not removed. There was sort of no tying together, is this the same situation as prior?
Merson went on to disclose the details of her diagnosis.
I made an appointment with my regular doctor. They did some more blood work. It was more concerning than ever. I went back to the same specialist, and that is where the ovarian cancer experience started.
As a woman in the biomedical field, Merson examined the steps that ovarian cancer research has taken in the last several years.
In 3 years, we went from endometriomas are just a thing to endometriomas turn into cancer. So why did we make that traverse in 3 years that we couldn't have made for 25 or 100 years? Or why does it take so long to figure that out? Is enough information, is there enough research on ovarian cancer to understand? Clearly not, because in the space of 3 years, they were like, oh, endometrioma, meh, to endometriomas turn into cancer. I think the difficulty is, and I was fortunate to be in an early stage, and I have a mid-90s% chance of being absolutely fine and cured. But overall, the 5-year survival for ovarian cancer is around 47%. And overwhelmingly, it's diagnosed at late stages, which are somewhere between 17 and 60. Most people don't survive ovarian cancer. Most people die. Realistically, do we have a good screening tool for women? No. We don't have a screening tool for a reasonably common illness that has a high death rate. If testicular cancer had a 47% survival, would we be so in the dark? I don't want my feeling to be that the answer is no. I have faith in modern medicine, and I'm not generally an angry person, but I just feel like we would spend more time on it. If something were killing most of the men that got testicular cancer, I feel like we would have done a lot more about it.